Hello everyone, this is Jessica. Welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing? And today, am I running after work to get this done for you guys? Yes, I am. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked, and it's the horse edition. And this is how she looks. Now on this one, we don't have any new shades. We have, let me look down, but we have Soft Light, which is a finishing powder. We have Blush Mood Exposure, which it's come out before, obviously. Supernatural Strobe Light, which is a highlighter. Then we have Blush Iridescent Coral, Iridescent Rose, another blush, and then a bronzer, a glistening bronze light. So right now I'm going to use them all. If you're interested in seeing how this works on my skin tone, stay tuned for the video. But before you go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the video. Okay, everyone, did I run to do this? Yes, I took off all my makeup that I was wearing today because I was wearing a full face. And I make sure that I did the same thing I did with the Hourglass palettes that I have uploaded already, went up today. So I'm going to link it that below so that you can also go and see how those are looking. I am wearing as a foundation the Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint, and as a concealer the Hourglass Concealer in Cotton. To set everything down, I used the Essence Bright Banana Powder and then one coating of the mattifying powder from Essence, because it's the same thing that I did for the other review. The Horse palette is a Sephora exclusive. It went on sale app First Access on September 5th, which was on Friday. Here we have the Horse palette. And here we have the swatches. And the bottom is where the finishing powder is, which is almost not visible. It's so pretty. And I know that a lot of people already have a lot of these shades, so they really like, it wasn't a big interest to them, but I just love them. So I'm gonna give you guys a little run through. A lot of people don't think of, because this one's Sephora exclusive, and it has a lot of the pre-existing shades that they've been released before. There's nothing new about it, but a lot of people forget that there's some, first-time buyers out there that this might be the best bet for them. And especially like if these are some of the, it has a finishing powder, it has a highlighter, it has a bronze, and it has 3 blushes, 2 marbled and 1 solid. So it's like, it's a pretty good palette. And if this one's better suited for you, that's amazing. So I'm going to use the bronzer, which is the Glistening Bronze Light. I have, if I'm looking down, it's because I have my little laptop right there. And automatically, I can see how this is a much better shade for me than the Deer, because the Deer was too light, and the Swan, it wasn't too dark, but I was, this one, I feel like I can go a little, I don't want to say ham, but I can go a little ham. Today I was using another palette, and I was seeing my collection, and I was like, there's some palettes that didn't have like a full face, like a full palette, like it didn't have a bronzer or it didn't have a highlighter, and it has 2 finishing powders, and I was like, oh wow. So normally this is where I would stop, right? So you guys can see, but I'm going to add a little bit more just to see if we can, pick up the pigment. So let's do another little coating. Yeah, you can. You see the difference? If you want to go in there and you can definitely do that. Okay, I'm gonna get, let me put a little bit of the finishing powder on top, which is the Soft Light. Just to kind of blend a little bit of those harsh edges of my bronzer. And this between I need to get better, not better brushes, but like I hate that they are small in the pan. Okay, well that's much better if I put my mirror, my palette right underneath you guys. I'm gonna go into a small one over here so I can get a good of that. What do I do with now? What blushes? The ones that I'm going to put on is gonna be I'm gonna do iridescent coral, and I'm gonna do the iridescent rose. The only reason why I'm gonna do these two is because I do have mood exposure like with me, but I can put it in my eye, and it's like I said, I will, so you guys can see at least how it looks in my eye, or we'll find something to do. So, and because it's too marbled, and the marbled are always they can look a little intimidating, but don't you worry, they're buildable and they look really nice. So let's start. So I'm gonna go into iridescent coral. Ooh. And if I put a little bit more, just so you guys can see it, I'll probably go a little bit lighter hand, but I want you guys to be able to see it. And it has a beautiful little sheen. If you see, I don't know if it's catching. Yeah, you can see right there. It has a little bit of a sheen. So if you guys don't, if there's some of you that don't like that, you know, that little, you guys like only matte, then I'm going to do on the other one, the iridescent rose. Ooh. I don't know if this was way more pigmented than I imagined, but so you guys can see the color. Girl, I went ham on that one. Let me add a little bit more to this one. Do I look a little clownish? Yes, but this is for purposes of studying. So this one right here, it's the iridescent coral, and it does have a little bit of sheen with a little bit of that gold. And then this one is the iridescent rose, and it doesn't have that same sheen. It's actually, it's a little bit more like mattifying. I don't know if that makes sense. And it's looking a little bit muddied. My bad. But that's the rose, that's the coral. The coral, the more that I pack it on, the more that it looks a little bit goldish, coralish. And this one, it is getting a little bit more rosy, darker. The only highlighter here is for natural strobe light. Well, before we do that, let me try again to calm down all the crazy. Let me see if I can. That finishing powder. Oh, and see, I'm getting a little bit. And I was able to tone it down. Now, for the highlighter, we have, I mean, over here you can barely see it just because the blush is very glowy as it is. Maybe you'll pick it up on this side better. You do get a little bit, since it's marbled with a little bit, you do get a little bit of that silver, gold. See the differences? Yeah, you can pick it up on that side, the shade as compared to this one. I'm going a little bit more exaggerated because I want you guys to be able to see the colors. I'm going to use that bronzer the same way that I did on the other one. Just as a base color. See? I wasn't sure if I was gonna do the same thing with this palette, but I was like, you know what, let me do it, because what if people don't have this one? And then I got a message and to like allow the dubbing, which it took me a while to figure out how to do, so I'm working on that. And then I'm gonna get a little bit of that Mood Exposure, which is a blush. I should get a bigger brush, but oh well. Okay, Jessica, you're never gonna finish with this little brush. And remember that the marble blushes are a little bit, you know, they're buildable. Same with the marble bronzers. The ones that have a little bit, that carry more pigment off the bat for Hourglass are the solids. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a little bit of a sheen on the blush. But I love my palette. What can I say? Let me really quickly put on some eyebrows again. Okay, let me put a little bit of mascara. Added that Hourglass little lip gloss. To me, the whole palette matches me very well. Here we have my face using the Hourglass Horse palette. I absolutely love it. I am very happy that I got it. This one will go on sale September 19th. I will go ahead and link if you want to use my Linktree link. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Here it is, and I hope you guys enjoy. I will go ahead and put the link to the previous video with all the other palettes with the Fox, Swan, and Deer. And hopefully you guys are enjoyed and you're able to see if these are something that you're willing to pick up. Each of them is $94. I know that, you know, if you're willing to wait, they go, well, the Sephora sale starts November-ish. I'm not too sure. But, or, you know, I know that if you have rewards, there are ways that you can get like $10 off. I think I did one for the horse palette, but that depends on the points and everything. But this is just quick. I'm gonna hope to edit and upload it today so you guys are able to see, and you'll be ready for the 19th. If you have any questions or you want any comparisons, let me know, and I'll go ahead and continue to play with them, because I mean, I love to play with them. I love the rosy, and then I love the coral. They're so pretty. But if you have any questions, let me know. But before you go, make sure that you please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and click on that notification little bell so that you guys get notified whenever I upload any new content. But that's it for now. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.